Let me share you a story of Anna. Anna was originally from a small town in China. She moved to Shenzhen 10 years ago to pursue more job opportunities and hopefully obtain a better education for her son. The family lives and works in a 200 square feet apartment. Life was pretty hard, but still manageable. Until one day, the apartment owner told them they need to move out in 2 weeks because the area will be demolished and turned into a new central business district. So everyone, including the business owners, are being displaced. Obviously, they were not the first to know this news, as all the apartments they can afford are rented out in the area. So they need to move far away from the community they lived and worked for years. And this means losing part of their business, finding a new school for their son, and maybe increasing their rent. Shenzhen is the fastest growing city in China, but there are more than 45%, or 11 million people, that live in a similar environment as Anna's family. The place they live is called urban villages. And as you can see in the picture here, the high-rise buildings are approaching these urban villages. And with the rapid development of the city, more and more people are being squeezed out of their neighborhood. Does Anna's story make you think of anyone you know in South LA? Do you ever worried that the same thing will happen to you or your friends someday? In South LA, about 70% of the population are renters. And as the new metro lines and shopping structures are being built, more and more people will be in danger of losing their homes. A couple of months ago, I attended a user experience design event in order to learn how designers may help with the social problems. When we say user experience design, we are normally talking about the software development. But this time, we want to apply the design thinking to the social problems here in South LA. So, what is design thinking? Design thinking is a systematic way of solving the complex problems. It starts with observing what's happening right now, and then empathize with the people affected, so that we can define the right problem, and then ideate multiple solutions and test them until we find the right one. Before the event, my image of Los Angeles was that it's a glamorous place, famous for the Hollywood and the luxurious lifestyles. And to be honest, I used to think that all of Los Angeles was just like Beverly Hills and Hollywood, where the rich and famous live. However, the event described a South LA that did not fit our image. I learned that in South LA, there are more than 30% of the population are living below the poverty line, which doubles the rate in California and the US. It has a higher unemployment rate than the rest of the city. And the median home price had more than doubled since 2012 and outpaced the growth citywide by 14%. And all these are getting even worse because of gentrification. Gentrification is when the low-income or disinvested neighborhood is taken over by developers and changed to attract more affluent population, making it even harder for the local residents to continue living there. In this one-day event, my teammates and I started with the story of Anna. We tried to feel the struggle she faced and think of a possible solution for people in a similar environment as her family. After some research, we came up with multiple ideas that could possibly solve the housing crisis in South LA. Some were more on the public policy side, and some were more related to the construction process of the buildings. And then we thought, since we cannot create more land for the low incomes in the area, So why not try to reduce the construction cost to slow down the price increase? And after some further discussion, the solution we believed is the adoption of prefabricated houses. Prefabricated houses is the idea of building the components of the house off-site and then assembling on-site. They usually take 30 to 50% less time to build and has a cost saving of 15 to 20% compared with building in traditional ways. And this is a huge amount of money when it comes to building the houses. And imagine that if we could have a local factory here to manufacture these houses, we can reduce the handling and the transportation costs even further and produce more job opportunities at the same time. Although we did not have the chance to try different prefab housing plans in the event that day, we saw there are many places that promoted prefab apartments as a solution to the housing crisis nationwide. And we also saw some great endeavors here just in South LA. A few blocks away on Crenshaw Boulevard, a new prefab apartment building targeting the low-income and long-term homeless people is under construction. And here is a picture showing that building. The theme of today's TEDxCrenshaw conference is now or never. And prefabricated houses is just one part of the solution. And I would like to invite everyone here to join me from today and use design thinking as a catalyst of caring for people in need, just like Anna's family in China and people here in South LA. Thank you.